Let's talk, people. Bayern Munich have lost again. 3 in a row. And that's a crisis. When Bayern Munich lose 3 games in a row, we might be reaching Pluto soon. Another embarrassing performance. It's getting to a point where, if you're a Bayern Munich fan, what's the point of watching? Really, the only enjoyment you get is watching Musiala. Because the guy is sensational. He's sensational. You get obliterated by Bayer Leverkusen. Embarrassing performance. You go away to Lazio, don't have a shot on target, and that was like the first time in a decade that's happened in the Champions League. You lose the first leg for the first time, and then today, you go away to Bochum. And remember, this is the same Bochum that Bayern Munich beat 7-0 in September. And they lost 3-2. Embarrassing performances. It gets to a point now. Let's start with this, right? Let's start with this. People, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new around here. Remember to download SofaScore. Keep up everything with the Bundesliga, all the stats. You can probably check out Harry Kane and how many big misses he's had, because it's a lot. But I want to start with this point first, and then we'll get to Tuchel and all these other points. The first point is, this has been coming. This has been coming. I would like to say that maybe Bayern Munich have entered a banter era. The only issue is that because they won the Bundesliga last year. If they didn't win the Bundesliga last year, I think people would say they're in a banter era. Why I say that? The squad is just simply doesn't have the quality anymore. It doesn't. How many world-class players are on this Bayern Munich team? Yeah, not a lot. There has been a clear identity crisis. The midfield is so damn weak. So weak. Look at the midfield. Like Goretzka and Kimmich. I feel bad for Kimmich today because I don't think he was terrible. He gets subbed off. He looks at the field and he's looking at Tuchel like, what the hell are you doing? You're leaving Goretzka there, who Goretzka wasn't great at all today, and you're... what? I feel bad for Kimmich. I don't think he had anything wrong today. But the midfield isn't good. Defensively, they might be one of the easiest teams to play against in the Bundesliga. I was almost going to call it the Bayernliga, the Bundesliga. They might be one of the easiest teams. The defense is so fragile, and there's no cover for it. Because Kimmich is really not a DM. He can't cover those spaces when they have to defend in transition, and they're just getting picked off. Like it's cotton candy at the fair. It is just so simple for teams to score against them. Look at the Asano goal. One ball through. Guerrero is not even tracking back. Golazo. Simple. So the players are simply not good enough. I only look at Harry Kane. We can say, okay, Harry Kane, he missed big chances today. I get it. I still think Harry Kane is a world-class striker. He's a top 5 striker in this world. Any team would take him, maybe barring Man City and maybe 1 or 2 other teams. But he didn't have a great game today. But he might be the only world-class player on this team. Jamal Musiala has world-class potential. Don't get me wrong. He has world-class potential. Is he world-class? Not right now. But the guy is sensational. Everybody else... Who? De Ligt? Upamecano? Goretzka? Leroy Sané? Would you say these guys are world-class? No. So, this has been emerging. They should have lost the league last year. They should have. But Dortmund just bottled it, man. They just bottled it. Maybe then, had they lost the Bundesliga last season, yes, they still spent big money on Kim Min-jae and Harry Kane, but they would have really full rebuild. We have to rebuild this team. It's clear signs right now that this team is just not it anymore, and they need to go in a new direction with new players and build it from scratch again. They need to build it from scratch. It's kind of similar to 08-09. You know, Klinsmann was a disaster of a manager. They get absolutely destroyed by Wolfsburg, and Wolfsburg won the league. And then, you know, Bayern Munich just went into a new direction, and look what they did. They won Champions Leagues, and they've pretty much have dominated the Bundesliga since then. But this team are just so bad. And really, you have to look at Thomas Tuchel right now and say, how are you still in a job? How? How is the files... Is this a similar situation to when transfers where you send the email but you've sent it too late and you can't get the transfer done? I think we're in that situation because Thomas Tuchel has to be sacked ASAP. ASAP. You gotta go. Ofida Sen, buddy. You're not that guy anymore. He was a very good manager at Dortmund. I actually think he did a pretty good job at PSG considering all the circumstances with all the talents and everything like that. You got to deal with a lot of egos. Obviously, won the Champions League with the Chelsea side where they just played very good defensive football. But you can just see, I think the guy, I think he just has too much ego. He thinks he's the top guy. I don't think he doesn't demand that sort of respect like a Carlo Ancelotti, like a Klopp, like a Pep. Players will listen to those managers. Why? Because those managers have won leagues, they've won Champions Leagues, and they play good football. Does Thomas Tuchel deserve that sort of respect from the players? You let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I don't think so. I think he is a good manager, but he's not going to be world class, or whereas I'm going to say, oh, if my club was free, would I say Thomas Tuchel? No, you don't. I think he's lost that aura about himself. But this is now looking bad. They are 8 points behind by Leverkusen. 8. We got 12 games to go. If they haven't pushed the panic button, whoop, you got to do it right now if you're Bayern Munich. Do it right now. You're out of the DFB Pokal in both seasons under Tuchel. You are out. I mean, Champions League, I don't think Bayern Munich are going to win it. I don't see it. So, they're going to go trophyless? For the first time since 2012? I think it's 2012. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. And I think this season is exactly what Bayern Munich needed. They can't just think to themselves, oh yes, because we have this Kimmich and we have Upamecano and Goretzka and Neuer and all these players that everything is fine. You can see in the past 3 seasons, their level is not at the level of Real Madrid, Man City, and other clubs. It isn't at that level. Bayern Munich need to have a complete reset, go in a new direction. You see that with Zaragoza, Iracunda, and other players that are coming into the club. They're good players, young players, they got talent, but they need game time. And I think Bayern Munich, they just need to go in a new direction. You know, they can hire an interim or get Hansi Flick back, but will that really solve the issues? Which is, I think this squad is simply not at Bayern Munich level. It simply isn't. But I want to hear your thoughts in the comments down below, because do you people believe now? Do you think now Bayer Leverkusen are actually going to win the Bundesliga? I have a small belief. I'm not fully believing. I have a small belief. But what a story it would be. And right now, what is your thoughts of Bayern Munich? Should they sack Thomas Tuchel? And, I mean, the players. I mean, Harry Kane, you can't be missing that header. How are you missing that header in the last minute like that? But everybody, remember to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Remember to download the SofaScore app. Oh my god. Download the SofaScore app. We're a mess here, like Bayern Munich's board, because they don't know what they're doing. We're scrambling. But remember to hit the like button, download SofaScore. Have a beautiful day. Stay safe in this crazy world, and wow. Bayern Munich are in the mud. Adios, everybody.